Your crypto in health. You want to know how crypto is working in health? We come to you every day with juicy news on wealth, wellness, and well being. We're broadcasting to you live from 1.4 degrees south of the equator and 37 degrees east of the central meridian. I like to tell you we're right in the cryptographic middle of the world. You're with me, Scholastica Mugi, and I'm coming to you at 1100 hours Coordinated Universal Time, UTC here on the Ubrican channel. You're just in time. And we're calling you as a new argonaut for Africa to join us in steering the economies of Africa. We're guided by Annlee Saxenian, who described in her book, The New Argonauts 2006, about the role of the diaspora who traveled to America and returned from Silicon Valley to their home countries to support new industries in semiconductor. Now, in your case, you don't have to travel back and forth like Saxenian described about the argonauts of the 1990s and before. You let the information tech do the traveling for you through the internet and the blockchain economy, which is the Ubricoin. And this is why we're shilling UBN because we know it helps you solve two fundamental problems: your retirement funds and education for your offsprings. So, guys, here in Kenya, our COVID-19 positivity rate has been on a decline since last week on Friday, and we have moved from 7.2% down to 5.7% percent positivity rate, which is good progress. Which means that if we keep this trend of and go actually down to 5% in the next 3 to 4 weeks, according to the Ministry of Health, we shall flatten the COVID-19 curve. And this is as recommended by the World Health Organization, WHO. So let's keep up the discipline, of course, and as we keep washing our hands with soap and water, sanitizing with an alcohol-based sanitizer. You're wearing your mask every time you're in public without fail and observing social distancing as much as you can. And of course, this includes Grace Naomi Shiko, Irene, Susan, Barbara, Abed, Evans, Betty, JJ, Jojo, David Muturu, Miss Kindness for Cherry Productions, Madam Beatrice Morango, Joyce of Seattle, Dr. Stephen Karanja, Miss Ambugwa, Kimani Kamau, Eglanti Lonperia, Romario, Producer Purity, Tom, Pinch 254, Samuel Gatoa, Brand Rakoi, Ian Mwangi, Jacob Yator, Paul Njoroge, J. Nelson, The Prince, Triza, Justin, Mohammed Ali, Global Trader, Ruth Owino, Jen Gashugu, Irene Kiaton, Engineer Masinga, The Comical Canadian, Mark Waweru, Stephen Opanga, Raja Usman, Veronica Mwangi, Solomon Mushemi, Justus Kimeli, Chiza, Charles Kea, Washira SM Pwani, Jane Washira, Lynn Washira, David Ogutu, Bishop Mackenzie, Isaac Kithua, Miriam Flower, Moses, Mr. Mbudia, Pastor Zippy, Jessica Daniel John, Alpha Nyota, Steve Nyabuto, Jason Gore, Wanjiku Kinuthia, Ibrahim Gitao, Felix, Shali, Sherry, Fred, George Oduk. Let's keep up the good discipline. And of course, big up to you guys for always being here and supporting the Ubrica team and of course the Ubricoin. Now, let's get inspired. Today we get it from Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and of spirit, of joints and marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Food for thought in that amazing, inspiring word of God. Now, on our COVID-19 term, we revisit SARS-CoV-2. Next, on our Crypto News segment, we're talking about an Australian blockchain launching a marketplace for trading renewable energy certificates. And on Ubrica today, UBN is bullish with an impressive 109.0% increase in price. And we are also telling you why we believe in UBN's exponential growth. So let's start with SARS-CoV-2, which stands for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, coronavirus 2. Now, this is the respiratory illness responsible for COVID-19 pandemic, which has been giving us a lot of trouble in the past few months, and of course for the better part of 2020, we have been battling this particular disease. And as I have indicated earlier, our curve, our COVID-19 flat curve seems to be flattening, and this is due to the outcomes of the number of cases and of course our positivity rate. As we have said, it's now at 5.7. We're yet to see, the Ministry of Health will be telling us later in the day what is going to take place and if we have improved or we're getting worse. But that there's nothing to smile about, because we're still experiencing loss of lives each and every single day. So we need to be taking care of one another and protecting ourselves. And that brings me to our current COVID-19 status here in Kenya. We're looking at 425,364 having been tested. And out of that, 32,557 have tested positive. Now, luckily or thankfully, it's actually, we need to be thankful, 18,895 have recovered, and unfortunately, 554 have lost their lives. So that is exactly what is happening. These are not statistics, these are people's lives, and people's lives matter, you and me. So you could be on this list. Nobody is immune to COVID-19. There is no cure for COVID-19 except you making sure that you are following guidelines to prevent yourself from contracting it. So having said that, we can now cross over to our crypto news segment. We're looking at news on Cointelegraph by Marie Houellette, who talks about Power Ledger launches renewable energy credit marketplace in SE Asia. Now, blockchain-enabled approaches to advancing the transition to renewable energy sources are making inroads in new regions. On August 25th, Australian blockchain firm Power Ledger announced its forthcoming launch of a marketplace for trading renewable energy certificates, that's RECs, across Thailand and the Southeast Asian region. Now, the project builds on Power Ledger's long-standing collaboration with Thai renewable energy firm BCPG. Their earliest joint project dates back to 2018, when they conducted a peer-to-peer renewable energy trading trial in one of Bangkok's central precincts. Now, since then, Power Ledger has worked together with BCPG and the Thai Digital Energy Development on developing a blockchain-based digital energy platform to spur the adoption of green energy sources in the country. Now, building on the successful trial in Bangkok, Power Ledger and BCPG plan to use the blockchain platform to underpin a pioneering REC marketplace that extends to the wider region. And BCPG plans to sell its RECs based on meter readings derived from peer-to-peer platform in a REC marketplace that spans Southeast Asia. The entire process of issuing, trading, and retiring the certificates will be recorded on the blockchain. And I just want to quote what the Power Ledger co-founder and executive chairman, Dr. Gemma Green, says. Organizations want to ensure that REC purchased hasn't already been used, as well as settling that transaction quickly. Blockchain technology can support transparent, secure, and auditable trading in the sector without the need for brokers to serve as intermediaries. So I just want you to look at the keywords here, guys, about blockchain technology that we keep on mentioning. Supporting transparent, secure, and auditable trading without the need for brokers to serve as intermediaries. That right there is definitely the power of blockchain technology. And that is why we vouch for blockchain technology, even to bring us the blockchain money. And this is why we're here doing this for the Ubricoin, because we know we're in a secure, transparent, and a peer-to-peer world where we just transact with one another directly without the need for a third party, which is really, really impressive. Now, having said that, today we're tackling that. We keep going on with our Ubricoin money, and that's, I mean, the blockchain money, which is Ubricoin, and I hope you have yourself some, and not just some. Because currently the price is at, we're looking at an 109.0% increase in price today, which means that we're looking at a very bullish UBN that you need to have. And today we continue getting great insights from Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1. And today we were just looking at chapter 7, which talks about following the money. And in this chapter, you're going to find out that money makes money. That is what Peter Thiel refers to. And of course, we're looking at one thing that really came to my attention is that part where he talks about the economist Vilfredo Pareto. And I just want to read for you that excerpt. In 1906, economist Vilfredo Pareto discovered what became the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, when he noticed that 20% of the people owned 80% of the land in Italy, a phenomenon that he found just as natural as the fact that 20% of the pea ponds in his garden produced 80% of the peas. This extraordinarily stark pattern, in which a small few radically outstrip all rivals, surrounds us everywhere in the natural and social world. So we're looking at this particular principle, and this is what brings us to our conversation today. We are seeing this great principle of the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. And in any situation, you'll find that 20% of the inputs, or whatever activities you're involved in, they're responsible for 80%. This is what that principle is driving at. They're responsible for the 80% of the output, which means that with regards to our Ubricoins, we know that the majority of UBNs, and definitely now, even currently, are owned by 20%, who will definitely be benefiting 80% in the nearest future. So my question today for you is, what percentage do you belong in? Because this is definitely the reality of life. And you want to belong to the percentage that is going to give you the greatest output. So are you in the 20% who owns the majority of Ubricoins, or are you among the 80% who are still in denial that blockchain money is fake, blockchain money cannot take over the world, blockchain is not even the technology, you still don't believe in the technology? This is a challenge for you. So you need to be on the side where you have the capability of making as much money as possible, because we're looking at the majority of results coming from the minority of causes. Now, we already have the UBN. So we're looking at already 100% of establishing the UBN is done. So we want you to choose where you want to belong. Do you want to belong to the 80% who lost their opportunity to invest in as many Ubricoins as possible? Or do you want to belong in the 20% who put in their great investment on Ubricoins and eventually got the best returns in investment? That is really a question that you and I need to be asking ourselves, because we know that it's either you overtake or you're overtaken by this particular money. And if you don't do it now, then definitely there's no other future that you're looking to invest, because by that time you're projecting, probably you want to, if you actually tell yourself that you want to invest, in blockchain money in 5 years to come, then trust you me, you'll do so little. So the time definitely is now to look at how you can profit from UBN by investing in the majority of these Ubricoins. And of course, we keep on telling you the platforms. We have so many platforms where you can get the Ubricoins, and we encourage you to visit some of the exchanges. And if you look at either scan.io, you're going to find that we have the Phoenix Box Exchange, which is the most active marketplace right now. And we're looking at UBN Doge leading the line of the trading pairs. And then we have UBN ETH, UBN BTC. Now, you can also visit CryptLockX Exchange. You can also visit either Flyer Exchange, and definitely let us acquire as many Ubricoins as now, and even not forgetting to establish the present value for the Ubricoin, because we say that also we need to do the work. We need to put in the work for the Ubricoin so that we can reap as much as we can from this particular money that we're calling the blockchain money. And of course, 69,794 of us are recorded on either scan.io, and you choose to belong here, and also not just belonging here. We want to see you acquiring as many Ubricoins as you can for yourself. And of course, this is not also the time to just sell your Ubricoins anyhowly. You just go dump the Ubricoins, you will regret that decision. We want to see you, if you want to buy so many Ubricoins, hodl most of the Ubricoins and do trading with the little that you can, so that you do not waste your chance of getting as much as you can. That's the 80-20 rule. So the investment, put your investment right, and of course be careful as you continue to trade, because you don't want to dump, you want to pump, because we need also to pump the UBN's price. Let's keep it bullish. We see it's very impressive today, and we are loving everybody who is doing justice for the Ubricoin. Whatever you're doing is really working, and we're really grateful. You and I have a responsibility to keep UBN bullish, and of course to keep making the value. It's 24-hour trading volume going higher and higher. So I've got to love you and leave you guys at that. And we wrap up the show today with a quote from a theoretical physicist, Albert Einstein, who says, "Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things." Let me repeat that. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things, such as Ubricoin. I have been your girl, Scholastic Amugi, and until tomorrow, it is goodbye for now. Ciao!